Good afternoon. Good afternoon, YouTubers. I'm Bagadon. This is Stock Market Caddy. We hope you're having a good day. It is Thursday, April 11th at 2:36, and we're a little delayed, and that's fine. We were with Joel this afternoon, early afternoon, and we were able to pick off on this automated trade. Now, we didn't get it all, but we got about 3,000 of it together. And let's just mark up Swing Machine and show you what we're looking at. Bear with me here. Let's get a red marker. And so we look at the VIX and we can show you real time that, yeah, that figures it was right at 12 o'clock that we were connecting. But the VIX went short at noon today. And this trade here, this is the ES contract, one mini contract on the 5 minute went long at 1140. You're up 2600. If you did a micro, you're up 260. If you did 10 minis, you're up 26,000. That's pretty sweet. Here is the NQ. When actually I think back on it, the machine with the trade that Joel and I had. This was the machine trade. The machine put the trade in. We took it out with about 3,000, so we didn't get it all, but we got a good chunk of it. And then the Russell that went long at 1140, and the Dow, not to be left behind, that went long at about 1210. And then the oil futures are short. Make sure we get the right contract. It looks a little slow in there, and then gold also took off. Of course, there's no inflation. Don't worry about anything at 1140, right? My guess is, and I have no idea, been with Joel, but my guess is there probably was a Fed governor speaking. You know, they're nonsense, folks. It's nonsense. We're up and down. Um, we just don't pay attention to any of the narratives. I mean, why? We just want to track money flow and extract cash flow. If this resonates with you, be sure to visit stockmarketcaddy.com. If you have any questions and you want to give us a shout, feel free. If you want to post your questions in the chat, I'll try to do my best to let you answer. We'll try to let you watch probably at about 3:15 or so, and which we will do periodically. And then if you still have questions and you want to give me a call between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m., you're welcome to do so at 813-758-8263. We'll be here. Enjoy. Represents, now we don't get them all, right? We don't get every single trade. We don't get all of it. But when we look at this, there's $2,700 in profits, 5,600. Can we call that 8 grand, 9 grand, 10 grand, 11, 12 or $13,000 in profits. Can you wait? Can you be patient and wait for a move like this? Get in with some tools, control your emotions, no emotions. Get out a little bit of cash flow and get on out of here. You don't have to be here all day, every day. In fact, you're going to trade a lot better when you learn not to. One of our members, Chris, called me this morning, and it's icing on the cake. It's not just, the money, it's the profit factor, and it's also time in the market. He's in the market so little. It's like, he's going to hit him and then he's going to go. Icing on the cake. Beautiful. Time in the market is a risk factor. If you are sitting down, getting a cup of coffee, getting the TV warmed up, and it's 9 o'clock and you're waiting, it's 9:30, there's the bell. Oh, I'm going to get short. Oh, I'm going to get long. And, and I'm going to be here until the closing bell at 4. And, probably not going to, have a good outcome, and we want to be matter of fact with our trading. There's some certain professions that must remain emotions very low. We're discussing this with a gentleman that's in our queue. We don't want to get happy. We don't want to get sad. We don't want to get euphoric or panic. We really want to kind of let go of that. If you are an airline pilot, maybe you were happy when you first landed the plane. Not with people on board, but that Piper Cub may have been fun, may have felt happy. But I hope that the pilot that lands in, Vancouver for me or wherever, he's like, I've been there, done that. Another great landing. Have a nice day. Matter of fact, a real good business lawyer, he's going to be all business. He's not gonna, be high-fiving that he won a case. I wouldn't think. When you brush your teeth, are you happy? Do you get bummed out? Trading for us is really like brushing our teeth. We've just done so many of them. It just doesn't matter, right? Now, some days will be better than others, and some weeks will be better than others. As long as we're moving and progressing, it balances itself out. And we want to do a balanced job, right? We want to be relatively balanced, and we have very realistic expectations. It's all we can do here is to make you aware, and the first step of learning anything is becoming aware and then learning to control it. But if you're coming in, if you're flashing into your office or you're flashing into the market, oh man, it's 2:45. Oh wow, market's all green. Market's up. Oh man, I had conference calls all day. I was in meetings all day. I better get a contract on. Oh, I better buy one. Oh, I got a big green candle. I got stochastics doing this. I better get a trade on, because if I don't have a trade on, I'm not going to make any money. And it went great. Oh, wow, let me get on social media and tell everybody how much money I made. It's not going to work out well. It just isn't. Let's take a look at Swing Machine, 60-minute time frame. Like, I can't trade every 5 minutes. Okay. How about the 60-minute? Well, it's actually trying to get long now. Isn't that interesting? Right here, right now, this hour. What's that all about? Some of these hourly signals can last weeks. I wouldn't suggest you take it or do it because, in a few hours from now, the market might roll down and you won't have any visibility on it. Let's take a look at the NQ on a 60-minute. Probably doing it right now too. No, 4 hours ago. How about that? 4 hours ago at noon. Is that, yeah, that's today. Yeah, so we're on the 4th hour. 12 noon. 3,600 bucks. Now, wait a minute, Don, what about the daily? You see the daily, look at what the daily was long 107 days ago, but it was selling off the last couple of days and it turned out to be, or what appears to be a dip. And they bought the dip, the little bastards. They're buying the dip. And she's giving another long reentry. Is that going to stay? Maybe. She got a reading of 50 on the fear greed. She could make another run up. Maybe. See, the other thing is too, if you are a trader or anoint yourself a trader and you want to be trading, and you want to know what some people ask us, what is the market going to do the next day? Well, if you're trying to pinpoint the next day, then you might want to become not a swing trader on a daily basis, but an intraday trader, because then you can get inside the day. But if you're going to be a swing trader, going out for a few days, few weeks, few months, then you might want to learn how to use tools like this and then also learn how to use the options market. I wouldn't pay if I was using options here, I wouldn't even pay any attention to this action. But if you want to profit from this and you want to trade that, you want to learn how to trade the game as an intraday trader. Once again, I'm Bagadon, the Stock Market Caddy, and you're welcome to visit the site and call anytime. Now, if you're scratching your head and asking yourself, why is the market going up? Why is it going down? Um, I would suggest you stop because you lose all your hair. There's really no reason, no rhyme or reason to it. There is a little bit of reason to it. When the market goes down before a Friday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it can hold itself. The what they call the zero DTEs, 0 days to expiration. The option speculators, which is just everything in this market right now, they will come in and they will buy call options when the market is down. So they may have done that late yesterday. They may have done that early this morning. And they just play a game of pig pile. And they buy call options that will expire worthless if the market doesn't run up. And it's a bit of a game and it's leveraged. So if they had to buy, for instance, 100 shares of let's say the SPY, and she's trading at whatever she's trading at, 520 or so, they'd have to buy $52,000 worth of the SPY. And if they put in 52,000 and it runs up a few points, they might make 100 or 200 bucks. But the reality of it is they don't have the 52,000 anyways. So what they'll do is they'll buy a call option. Now, rather than buy a call option based on any kind of technicals or anything of anything going out 30, 40, 50, 80, 90 days, they will come in and they will buy a call option that expires tomorrow at the close. When they do that, it's like 0 days to expiration. It's like 1 or 2 days. So that call option is extremely cheap. It might be just a couple $100. When they buy that call option, the broker dealer who sells them the option must go into the market and buy the S&P with shares, because you see, they're not going to get blindsided. They're going to make money off the commission, but they've got to hedge themselves, and they actually buy $50,000 worth. And that's what drives it up. But it's very, very fast money. It's like a fast moving river. It's very fast. It's very quick. It's very thin, very skinny, very speculative. So the same people that ran it up, don't be surprised. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but it could, because they might decide, you know what? I put on my 200 bucks. I made 200 bucks. I doubled my money. Woohoo, woohoo. Look at me. Look at me. I hit a lottery. Now they may be doing it with a few more than one contract, and they're gone. And when they close their option, and or another crowd says, you know what? I'm going to fade this move with a put option for tomorrow, and they spend maybe 300 because the puts are always a little bit more money. Then the broker dealer is going to do what? He's going to short the stock or sell stock. It's just a function of the options market. It's a function of the speculative fervor, the appetite for greed, and that's what's going on. And it's going on in a big way in the options market, and it's pushing stuff, to big levels. For us, we're aware of it. We don't choose to play on the 0 DTEs other than once in a while. We'll stay with that discipline going out 35 to 45 days, but we don't really care why something's moving up or moving down during the course of the day. And we will use our tools to move in and move out in the futures market and collect these things called dollars. That's about it. So I wouldn't be the least bit surprised that this gets given up. I'm not going to get in though to a speculative, what the market's going to be doing in 2 hours from now or 2 days from now. I don't need to do that because we're not trading necessarily, with 0 DTEs, and we have visibility on the market. And if it scrolls down, I'll show you now what'll happen is The 1 minute will go into a dip, get short, get short. The VIX will come up and rip, and they'll just roll over right in front of our eyes. And then when I get the signals to short, if we want to do that, if we want to fade it, if we want to counter it, we can. This is just using Swing Machine. And we get our piece, and that's about it. Did you see, there was a couple of things, couple of great stories about the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve came out the other day, and it made public that they had a super users list, and they were telegraphing to the big hedge funds, the big banks, what some of their data that they're going to make public to the general public was going to be a day later. Wouldn't you like to have that just once? If anybody's shocked by that, not me. How about was that the guy Veritas, the guy who outs all the CIA people and the White House people that all want to talk about themselves. And he just outed an economist that is an advisor to Powell, talking about how Powell hates Trump, how Powell was doing this and that back when Trump was president, trying to affect the outcome of an election. You would think it would be broadcast all over the major media, but no, not a chance. Rotten to the core. Sorry. Don't want to burst anyone's bubbles, but the Federal Reserve, the CDC, a lot of these institutions, maybe they've always been this way, but they certainly are today, just rotten to the core. Congressmen buying and selling off of inside information. So you can believe what you want to believe. You can do what you want to do. I'm not out to change anyone's belief systems at all. At all. You want to believe in economic theory. You want to believe in whatever it is. Have at it. Have fun. Let me know how it works out for you. We're traders. We're proud of it. We're not just swing traders. We're intraday traders. It's a beautiful thing. And do we make money on every single trade? Nope. Do we make money every single day? Nope. But on balance, we're doing just fine. Totally fine with that. So invite you to visit the site, and invite you to email us your questions, and invite your phone call or two. And we're happy to show you what we're doing, as we're doing for Joel. We wish you the best, everybody. We'll be here. Any questions, let us know. It is now 3 p.m. And do you know where your trades are? Now you can see these little 1 minute, trades setting up. Right now, they're still counter moves to the 5 minute. Doesn't mean that you can't make money. Doesn't mean that they don't necessarily grow into something bigger and douse and turn around those 5 minutes. We still have plenty of time to do that. We never know, but our members know if they put on that type of trade, what type of trade it is, what the probabilities are, what to expect for amount of money, how quickly it can take shape. If you had taken the Russell just 14 minutes ago, it's a counter trade to the 5 minutes, and yes, you're up 180, 175 bucks. Here's the NQ trying to go right here, right now. Hasn't gone yet. Not suggesting you take any of these trades or attempt to do anything of the sort. We've spent, 2-3 days with Joel just reviewing what Swing Machine is, what it isn't, how one might go about trading it. And then, of course, we're peeling back the onion on other styles of charting, so he has even more visibility. He's doing just fine. CA, I'm not sure who CA is, but you're welcome. What Joel and I did, we the machine that we were working with Joel on took this trade at 8:35, and we watched it together, and it got up about so I remember maybe 17, 1800. We discussed like what might we do here. We had to work and do other things. So what we did was to say, well, if the account has a high watermark of 17, 1800, maybe we should say if it comes back 50% of its high watermark, we should set a stop. So we put a bracket at about, I want to say about $700 or $800 on the stop side. Then we also went up and said, well, what if it, runs up another 700 or 800? And so we put a profit target up there, and then what did we do? We turned the strategy off, and we got to work on some other things, and it took us out. Well, don't cry for us, Argentina, but we walk away with 2,800. Now, we're not going to beat ourselves up because the machine continues to run. That's going to happen. If we're trading properly and in proportion, we're going to be leaving a lot on the table each and every time. That's just fine. We're not going to get it all. We just need to get our share. That is the idea. Okay, folks, we're going to let you watch right into the close. I need to step out though for about 45 minutes or 50 minutes or so. So I won't be here to answer any of your questions, but we're going to let you watch. And I have no idea, how the market's going to close. I think it'd be very unlikely that it's going to completely reverse course here. Certainly doesn't look like it, but for right here, right now. But once again, if you're trying to swing trade and you're trying to figure out what is the market going to do tomorrow, you want to trade. You want to move from swing trading to intraday trading, and you can get on these trades. But trying to guess from here what the market's going to do tomorrow, you just don't have the right resolution, right? We're too small on the 135 to be able to tell you that. And if you're looking at daily charts, you're just too big. It's too sloppy. You're trying to, cut a steak with a butter knife. You got to use the right tools. And we're happy to show you and spend time with you. And and with Joel, we're going to be together for 3 weeks. He's probably saying, "Holy smokes, I got to get away from this guy." We've been together for 2 hours. Now tomorrow we're going to keep it to an hour, but and probably this point on. But we were together 2 hours on Monday, 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours yesterday, and and going at a good clip. And we'll like I say, probably slow down to about an hour a day. Market is open and live. He gets an opportunity to ask all his questions and an opportunity to digest. And he has TradeStation, so we're sending him some programs to work with, and he is doing just fine, just fine. Could be you. It's up to you. We wish you the best.